Good morning, everyone. This is Lavira, and we're talking about the Purge Law. Give me one moment. Good morning. So, we're talking about the Purge Law. I'm just delving into it. Welcome to True Crime Story Time with Lavira and Ashay. And I have let's see. This is Channel 5 again reporting this. It says, no, the end of cash bail is not a purge law in Illinois. Here's what we know. So, it's called the Pretrial Fairness Act. Now, across social media and in the political speeches and ads are opinions about Illinois' elimination of cash bail as part of new legislation set to take effect in the coming months. While other states, including New Jersey and New York, have passed legislation largely curtailing the use of cash bail for pretrial detentions, the state of Illinois will go one step further in January and eliminate cash bail entirely. The law has been front and center in election campaigns. Some on social media have dubbed it a so-called purge law, likening it to a horror film, The Purge, the horror film, in which criminal activity of all kinds is allowed for 12 hours. Others have claimed it will lead to non-detainable offenses. Acclaimed legislators and Governor Pritzker has said is false. Under the law, the state will allow judges to determine whether individuals accused of a wide range of crimes pose a risk to other individuals or to the community at large, and then decide whether to hold them in pretrial detention or to release them on their own recognizance. Stay tuned for local information about Chicago weather and things of that nature. I'm not going to report it, but I'm just letting you know. So, the Pretrial Fairness Act, when it does go into effect, the Pretrial Fairness Act, part of the Omnibus Safety Act, and we're going to talk about that too, passed by the Illinois General Assembly in 2021, will go into effect on January 1st. It says, can defendants still be held in jail prior to their trials? While some publications and social media posts cited by Snopes have argued that some crimes will become non-detainable offenses, including second-degree murder and other violent acts, the state says that judges will still be allowed to order pretrial detention in specific circumstances. Detention only shall be imposed when it is determined that the defendant poses a specific real present threat to a person or has a high likelihood of willingness to fight, willful flight, according to the text of the bill. A hearing will be required to determine whether a defendant poses that risk, and if the court finds that they do, then a judge will be required to submit a reasoning in writing under the perimeter of the legislation. The nature and circumstances of the charges, the weight of the evidence against the defendant's history, and characteristics and risk that would be posed by release will all be evaluated according to the civic fit. So what crimes can result in this pretrial detention? So I can go further into this. How will the hearings work? Will all defendants currently in jail be freed? Pritzker's office may say that the bill does not mandate immediate release of those accused of specific felonies and misdemeanors. Courts will have the opinion to release individuals if they find that the defendant do not pose an act of threat to community or others. Why is the state eliminating cash bail? Far too many people, their assessments was based not on the risk, but on the amount that they could afford to pay. So eliminating cash bail makes this about risk and not about poverty. Why are some officials against the changes? Some Republicans as limited circumstances could be the model for Illinois to follow rather than full-scale dissolution. Social media posts complete with a siren recognizable from the film The Purge also featured a headline. So the term non-detainable does not appear in the text of the bill. How New Jersey's law works and what has happened since its passage. What has happened in other states where cash bail has been curtailed. Now, I'm going to say this. No one's listening. There's going to be a lot of changes. Jail may be the safest place during the purge. I don't know. But listen, there are people with deferred court cases or deferred convictions, and they're goofing off. They're not following they're not following the guidelines or the orders that were set to protect them or help them. They are running around hiding. They don't think anything's wrong with them. They're straight up being a rebel. This is not going to be good, I don't think. I would say go ahead and serve that little time, do your little classes or whatever, and be free. Once you finish all of those assessments, it will be over. Now, what happens after that? I don't know. Judges do what they want out here in these streets. But I would say pray. If you did something you knew you weren't supposed to do and you want to play like you didn't do it, it didn't happen. Well, I suggest you be a believer when you act that stupid, because it's not going to be probably good in the long run. But God bless your ministries out there, guys. We're going to keep this simple. We're going to come back to this and revisit it and keep you updated on the Purge Law. Have a good day. Bye now.